We're live.
Are we live?
Yeah.
I heard someone's kitty purr in the background.
I did.
Yeah. My cat just hates when the door is closed. I don't know what happens, but in the minute I open the door, she's like, "Oh no, I'm just gonna scream until you let me back out." So we're at an impasse. Anyway, hi everybody. Episode 32, huh?
We made it.
We did it. We're getting so old. I'm waiting for this Jack in the Box ad to end.
What?
Okay. Oh my God, they're everywhere. Oh, hello everybody. I'm gonna say hello to everybody in the chat, and then I'm gonna turn off my chat because it's a horrible distraction. Anyway, how is everybody? How are y'all doing? Are we ready? Are we excited?
My body's ready.
My body. Yes.
So
We are.
ready.
I feel pretty good. I'm drinking a cider from my home country, Sonoma, where I live. So that's pretty good.
You didn't take the beer and the cider with you last time.
I didn't, but I will
you
be
were
there.
you were so backridden with pain.
I was in a lot of pain, so I didn't take the booze. The one time in my life I won't take booze when I'm having back trouble. But anyway, that's what it took. But yeah, okay. Hello everybody. I guess let's get started. I know, I'm like, I don't know. Okay, let's get started. Let's just do it. I actually played D&D on Monday, so I'm like all in PC mode, so this will be really interesting. I played a bard for the first time.
Aren't they amazing?
Bards are so cool in 5th edition.
What level bard?
They really are.
I was level 14.
Oh,
wow.
shit. So you
And
got to
I was-
really...
Yeah, and I was
hands off everything.
Yeah, and I was playing a pixie, so a tiny fairy creature, which was a class designed by Rich Howard. So everybody go and look up the pixie class. It was a ton of fun. I got to turn invisible whenever I was upset. So that was pretty cool.
That's fun.
Yeah, but yeah. What? Nothing. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's get started.
Just
All right,
making
let's just get started.
I make
Okay.
a lot of faces.
Let's do it.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Venture Maidens. I am your dungeon master, Celeste Konowich.
I'm your elven warlock, Brittany Quintero, playing Arrnodel Sawyeh.
I'm Nassim. I'm playing Sawyeh, the human monk.
And I'm Sage, and I play Kara Brynhilda.
Yay! So last time we got into some shit. What happened, you guys?
Oh, so much fun. I punched a crocodile in the face, and it was awesome.
You punched a lot of things in the face last episode. But
Yeah.
where did we start? It was our season opening. So what had happened? What was the scenario? What were you all involved in at the start of that?
Dun, 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 dun,
It-
dun.
yeah. The special spy
The
mission to break
maidens.
out Rem
Yeah.
from the jailhouse.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we're gonna bust her ass out as orders from Kristoff, the new commander-in-chief.
Mhm.
Heck yeah.
Arrnodel and Sawyeh broke off into a team to try and we got nothing done, but we tried to disarm some crystals.
Got something
alarms.
done. You made it. How did that start? So Valeria sort of coordinated the whole thing, and then what was like the go signal for all of this to start? Do you remember?
We just
The
said
big
it would be
distraction?
something that we knew. You'd be like, you'll know. And we're like, okay. And it was a genasi, a very attractive, chest hair billowing blue man
Yes.
with airy hair and bells attached to his.
Oh yeah, he had the perfect coif.
Yes, and
Perfect quaff.
his bulge was apparently tasteful.
Yes.
Very tasteful.
Very
Extremely
tasteful.
tasteful.
He was
And what did
probably
he
wearing
have?
like harem pants, so oof. I
So
bet
you
the
can see
breeze-
everything. It's just
Oh,
all
yeah.
revealed there.
Just whoo.
And what did he have with him, Arrnodel, that gave you a stir?
The bell, right?
Hmm He
He
had,
had a whole
two bells
belt
that
of bells.
were very similar to yours.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're called cantaloupes.
Korean.
Korean.
The Korean.
Corellin.
Corellin. Sorry. I pronounced my word I wrote down wrong.
And he's
Corellin.
also Korean.
The Korean
Korean
Krellin.
Krellin.
Say that a lot. Yeah, so he showed up, and then y'all took that opportunity to escape, and you were in your servant's garb. And then what happened?
Kara's down in the sewers, and she was given a special mission from Valerius to have this magic item strapped to her back that weighs like 50 pounds and puts like an extra 2 feet on her so she looks like a turtle.
Yep.
And he said very explicitly, don't open the bag, don't touch the bag, don't look at the bag, just
Don't think about the bag. Don't
Don't
even,
bag.
just don't.
and give it to Rem when you see her, and she'll know what to do with it. And she's like, great, because I don't want to fuck with that.
Yep.
So she was going down in like the sewers.
Yep. So it's your mission to basically get to Rem at the prisons, give her this artifact, and get her out. And in the meantime, these two upstairs were trying to get in to disable.
Oh yeah, the doors, the
crystal
doors.
Yeah, because each of those crystals is connected to a telekinetic gate
That's what I was
below
looking
that. So Kara is running into gates basically.
Yeah.
So if you guys didn't bring down the crystals in time, Kara couldn't get through in time. So you guys did some stuff with the guards. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, they well, we snuck past them, and then I insulted one using Awaken.
You'll never guess what Frank said about your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very upsetting.
He said that he looks fat or something.
No, I said, I was like, your breath stinks and you have a hairy butt crack. Which, well, in real life, I like hairy butts. Let's be honest. I like all butts. All butts are beautiful.
Holla.
All right. Good to know.
Anyway.
Thank you.
Very important.
Well, we followed them into a room because they were heading in the direction we needed to get to, and then I sneaked onto the dude who had the keys. I took him off his person as Arrnodel distracted him, insulted him, and then
You went through a door.
And then we went through a door, and then
it was like a teleportation thing, right?
And there were 2 doors, and you randomly guessed which one to go in.
I hope it was the right one. Remember, because I was like, remember that science of... Anyway, I digress. But
no, but then that room, it was that room with the lasers and like a checkered board ground. And we were trying to figure out the puzzle of it for a second. But then
I was
Brittany,
like, fuck this. Dimension door. Bing!
Yeah.
And you destroyed my puzzle
out.
and made me sad. But good job.
Hey, you know what? Good news for you, DM. I used all of my spell slots, so...
Yeah.
Haha!
I have one more with my feet that I chose.
I've got you now.
So I just have one more spell
And you're a
slot.
little pseudo-dragon, too.
And then you got into the room that had the 3 crystals. And what did you do?
We smashed all of them, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
You sure
Instantaneously. You didn't want to do it one at a time.
Nassim, didn't you like hit one and Sawyeh like didn't break it and Arrnodel's just like pew pew pew?
Yeah.
I guess so.
You split your Eldritch Blast to hit all of them.
Accidentally rolling way higher than I was supposed to. I was adding all of the D10s like for each ray into one. So we've fucking corrected that.
Yeah, and what came out? Do you remember?
I don't.
My memory is so selective.
Long shadows had begun to crawl away from the pillars.
Oh, ew.
Yep, and that's where we ended for you guys. And Kara, what happened to you? Let's go through everything that Kara went through real quick.
It was a grand old time for Sage playing Kara, but not for Kara. Kara's having a terrible time.
Yes, Kara is having a terrible time.
She went to the tunnel. I even have my handy dandy dungeon map to keep track of where I am and what I found.
Ooh.
So she went down one passage, and it started to narrow to like an impossibly thin width, and so she's like, nope, backtrack, went up the other way. And then that's when I found the pool with the crocodile, and we exchanged some civil words.
Yes, it was very civil.
with our fists.
You exchanged words physically.
Yes.
Jaws and...
She's learning sign language, and this is her first attempt.
Oh, God.
So Father Crocodile ended up jamming her thumbs into its eye sockets and then being like, I'm done with this shit.
I'm out.
I don't like swimming. My legs are tiny.
Yep.
Then she went up, found one of those telekinetic barriers, and was like, oh crap, well, let's try the other way. Fell down a chute into a bone pit where there was a friendly troll.
Uh-huh.
And
lots of garbage down here. Garbage and shit, by the way.
Garbage and bones of animals and people and just all kinds of things. And she paid the troll toll in kind with
her ex.
You're just having a blasty blast down there.
And then she finally intimidated the troll into submission, as any good lady should.
Yes. Good princess move.
And then it was kind of like whimpering in the corner, like, okay, fine, go. And then she began to crawl up this tunnel that led to another little like circular area. And then she had seen off to, I believe it was the left, that there was a barrier that had just flickered off. And she was like, yes, let's go that way.
Mm-hmm.
That is pretty. And then hordes of undead began walking towards her.
Yep. So you're basically you're basically in this large room where like piping is coming out. So there's a bunch of water around you, and then the tunnel to the left, the shield had just the gate had just dropped, and right at that moment, all of these undead creatures had started climbing themselves out of the water and splashing towards you.
Just her absolute fucking favorite thing.
All right, now we're ready to begin.
So we're surrounded levels of fucking nope.
Yeah, we're surrounded by undead. We have creepy shadows. It's going to be a great time, everybody. All right, so we're going to start off with Arrnodel and Sawyeh. So the last thing that had happened in this room, you'd stepped into this moderately sized circular room. So it's like a 30 by 30 room. And there were just these 3 pillars in the center of the room. On top of each of them are the bluish, sort of purple crystals that had been described to you by Valerius as the crystals that control basically the security system throughout the lower levels of the palace. You had gotten there, very excited, decided to smash them all.
Well, yeah, that was the thing, right? Like, destroy the crystals to lower the field?
Yes. And so you had done that. And
we weren't just excited, we did our jobs.
You did. You were efficient. It was glorious. So you smashed the crystals, and there was a moment of calm before you started to notice that these black pools almost had formed around the base of the broken crystal and sort of crawled themselves down each of these pillars, and you had seen them shoot off in these long forms that looked like shadows moving across the floor as if they're retreating to the corners of the room. And at this point, the ambient light, which has sort of been filling this whole place, you see that there are these magical sconces on the wall. It begins to flicker and the light starts to dim, and then you go into total darkness.
Oh, fuck.
Magical darkness?
Not magical darkness.
Regular darkness?
Regular darkness.
Poor Sawyeh.
Well, no, Sawyeh, you have an orb that I gave you that floats above. You can make it float above your head, and you say the pat magic word, and it's a light.
On that note, let's roll initiative.
I'm assuming you pull that out of your bag and...
So don't forget, even though you can see, Brittany, in the darkness, these shadow creatures, you cannot see where they are right now. Everything is black. So you can't distinguish where these creatures are.
Gotcha.
Okay, initiative time. What are we going to roll?
I rolled a 14.
Oh, cool. Is that a 5? That's a 5. Way to start off, Perkins Dice.
Yeah, girl got an 8.
I was like waiting for you to. I was like, yes.
I'm sorry. Arrnodel, what did you have?
14.
14. Okay. Sorry, let me flip open my book because I didn't get my MM out like an asshole. Hang on. Okay, I wrote down the page number.
Nassim, do you have layers, or did you already cut a little bit of your hair?
Oh, no, I have layers.
Oh, okay, I was like, your hair is already... I know your hair is like super fucking long.
Yeah.
Face
This-
framing
this-
layers.
I usually start them pretty high up because
Well, they're
this girl's
beautiful.
back in the hair.
All right. So, Brittany, Arrnodel has the first move in this situation. You are now have no idea where the creatures are. You're standing in pitch black. I mean, you can see, but there's clearly no sources of light in the room. You have no visual on these creatures.
Okay. I would like to. Oof. And are we in the center of the room?
Yeah, you're sort of
Basically?
like you're sort of in front of. So imagine the three pillars made a triangle shape in the middle of a circle room, and you're just standing right in front of that first
First one.
pillar,
Okay.
because that's just where you like shut out all your magic
Gotcha.
to get them all.
And then so before I attack, I would like to roll an Arcana check to see if I know what the fuck these are.
Sure.
I've heard of these things. Ooh, hell yeah, that'll do. That is gonna be a 25.
Oh, girl. Yeah, you totally know what these are. You've heard of these. These things are shadows, which is a sort of undead creature, somewhere between like a ghost and it's not quite a ghost because they don't have consciousnesses per se. But they're nasty and they can hide really well in the dark. And you know that if one of them touches you, it's real bad news. They have a way of draining people's strength and spirit as a way of basically feeding on them.
That's fucking gross.
So you know you're in a lot of trouble as long as it's dark in here.
Yes.
I don't like this. I mean,
don't
I don't know either, but I'm gonna roll unless you tell me this, Arrnodel.
Well, hold on. I still have to attack.
Oh.
Or make my action. So, I don't have any sweet radiant spells. I think I'm going to cast.
Oh, you know that also they're resistant to a lot of things like, for example, non-magical damage.
Cool. Okay, so I convey all of this information to Sawyeh, and I am going to cast a Hunger of Hadar.
Nice.
Like that's, or should I cast Shadow of? Or you know what I could do? I've got one more spell slot, you guys. I could Dimension Door us out of here. Back to the place that we just landed upon.
Back into the laser room?
So on the other side of the lasers.
Yeah, I could do that.
There's
I feel so bad.
I could do that if we. That's what Arrnodel would want to do. Let me ask, quickly before I make. So if I don't do Dimension Door, I will cast a fire spell. But Nassim, I'm going to say, do you want to fight these things?
Being that they're undead, she is kind of tempted to like get rid of them and just wipe them off the face of the earth. But if you ended up Dimension Dooring,
I'll save that spell slot for when things get nasty. So I'm gonna cast a cantrip, Firebolt.
Okay.
Just into the darkness.
Sure. So you can try and make a perception check to see where any of these things are, and then I'm going to be rolling 3 checks versus yours.
Okay. And what? Ooh, sweet. It's a moat. Oh boy. Where is it? So that's a 10.
Okay.
Perception check.
So they
My
all
passive
have...
perception is a 16. Is that okay?
I don't understand the difference.
So one of them rolled a 1 and a 3. So you see, they had advantage on this check.
Oh my god!
Only rolled a 10, but
wow.
So you see, one of them just catches. It's not even like you actually see it, because I imagine in dark vision everything is shades of gray, but you just get the sense that there's something moving and like twists. A patch of dark is just a little bit too dark, and you're like, ugh. So you can go ahead and try and cast Fireball at it, and I will not impose disadvantage on you.
Cool. Okay, so Firebolt, I'm gonna hit that fucker. Roll to hit. That is going to be attack bonus is not to hit, right? Is that just to damage?
That is only to hit.
Only to hit. Sweet. Okay, so that's going to be oh my god, I suck at math. 24 or no, 14
to hit. That will hit.
Tight. Okay, so its damage is going to be 2d10. That's going to be 9 plus 8 is 17 damage.
Woo! Okay. Yeah, so you shoot this like bolt of fire and suddenly the room is illuminated again, and Sawyeh, it actually kind of like hurts your eyes going from like darkness to like bright light, and this firebolt just smatters against the floor, and you just see this dark spot illuminated, almost looks like oil, just like light up really quick, and then you see it like wriggle and shift away, and there's this scorch mark left on the floor as it retreats back out of the edge of where your firebolt hit.
Does it make a sound?
No.
It's like
it's a shadow. What sound does a shadow make?
Just the sound of things like rubbing against the floor.
Oh, nice Foley. Oh, that was sexy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can't wait to
fucking
hear
funny.
that when I edit this episode.
You're welcome.
Look at the picture, guys.
I told Sawyeh, I'm like, you can't hit it with anything. You gotta use magics.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's terrifying. Is he like
Huh.
caressing that
Oh, I'm
person?
sorry. Oh, man. Okay. Never mind. I learned a thing just now.
Oh. That's your learned a thing face.
Learned
Sorry. Oh boy, it's gonna be a long stream, y'all. All right. And then Sawyeh, it is your turn next.
Are these things considered a person? Like in terms
No.
of okay.
They are undead, which is a class unto itself, so they are
Monster.
not. No, undead is a sep.
Okay.
Are they humanoids?
No.
Just
Okay. Well then, all right. I guess if I can only do magic, she wants to cast or do her sweeping cinder strike. Basically
Ooh.
casting burning hands.
Okay. So I'm going to need you to make a perception check to see one of these guys. Otherwise, you will be at disadvantage. Or wait, burning
hands is a cone.
Yeah.
Okay. So could you get all 30 of the room, or you're like, go ahead and make a
15-foot cone.
If she just blasted a thing of fire, I would probably just try to shoot for the same area she was
Got
just
it.
aiming for.
All right. Sure.
Yeah.
Go for it. So am I making reflex or dexterity?
They make a dexterity save, yeah.
Okay.
Against your key.
Yeah, what's my number?
Against my key save?
Yeah.
It's 15.
Okay.
nice. That's
Save.
that's a nice number.
Whoa. Whoa. All right, they all save. So,
So they take half damage.
okay, roll for it.
Okay. Well, I'm casting it at a higher level. So, increases by 1d6 for each slot level above first. So, as an 8th level monk with no spell slots, well, I guess I technically do. I have like what?
I think for each key point you use, it goes up an extra level.
I believe that is how monks handle that.
Okay.
So you could spend key points to add d6s.
Mm-hmm. 6, 8, 9, plus I think one more key point. 10. So 5 damage.
Okay, 5. And then
Battle music.
that gets cut in half. These are nasty, guys.
Yeah, they're pretty funky. I don't want it touching me.
Okay. Yep. So you send out burning hands into the darkness, and you actually catch the one that was like fleeing away from the fire. You just blast it with more fire, and you see it like wriggle and move. And actually, for a moment, it kind of crawls up off the ground and almost has like this snake-like body that forms and then whips back down to the floor, and is just trying to scuttle away towards the corners of the room. And you hear another coming from the far side of the room, and
I don't like it.
You swear you just heard something moving behind you. And then it's their turn. Oh my gosh, where am I? See, I put all my dice in the dice tray, and now I'm like, where are my dice? I can't see them. It's monstrous.
I should get a dice tray because it's so loud on my fucking desk, but the walls, I don't like anything interfering with my dice.
Yeah. Don't touch it. Don't even look at it. All right. Brittany, we have some coming for revenge on Arrnodel. What is your AC, dear?
15.
All right, so an 18 is going to hit you.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. Oh, really? That's terrible. Okay. All right, so you are going to take 7 necrotic damage. And your strength, your strength score is reduced by 3. As you feel just this incredible amount, you just feel suddenly so weak, like you can barely stand up as you feel this coldness just move like across your ankles, and you see it's like it's melded onto your body as you see the long shape kind of moves out and spirals around you. Then there's another one coming.
Hey, what's the ability score for a 12?
+1. Okay.
That's temporary, right?
So, yes, I believe you will recover slowly over long rests. Or short rest, I think you get back 1, and then long rest, you get back all of them. I believe. Sage, can you look this up while I'm, killing Brittany? Yeah. Thank you.
I'm just cracking up because I just posted to Instagram, and Nassim posted like the exact same picture that I just did, and both of us are seen with our phones in it.
Yep. I saw you doing that.
You guys are monsters.
You can have your own.
Okay.
I'm sorry. You should have told me, girl.
All right. And then, I'm sorry, you said a 15 for your AC?
Yes.
Uh-oh. Second one's going to hit you, too. All right. That's 7 necrotic damage. And then 2 more strength damage. And as you look at the ground, these shadowy forms, after they move over you, and you can feel them just crawl up like to the gaps in between, your boot and your pants, like just the minute they touch skin, this washes over you. So you've taken 5 strength damage. You are feeling really bad at this point.
Is a 10 a 0 ability modifier?
Yep.
Correct. The damage reduction lasts, assuming that it doesn't go down to 0 until they take a short or long rest.
Tight.
It is.
Okay. Yeah, because if your strength goes to 0, you die.
Yep. And then you die in real life.
Yep. Because you're so sad. You lost your character. Sawyeh, what is your AC?
18.
Okay. This thing is not going to hit you. You see one of them like breeze and move over towards your feet from behind you, but you just nimbly jump out of the way. And all of these things at the end of their turn, after attacking you, you see them basically fly back into the darkness in the corners of the room. And you can no longer see them. So it's just like a hit and run move as they go in and out. All right. And we're going to shift over to Kara.
Oh boy.
So Kara, you are down in this large room now that looks like one of the major drain rooms. So it's got the 3 large pipes coming in. Basically, you're on top of this ledge, and then there's a slant downwards. And at the bottom of the slant, there's a pool of water. And climbing out of that water right now there were bodies that were just floating, and they seem to animate when you walk in. So right now, they are reaching out their undead hands and basically scraping and crawling to get up this slanted wall. as they're climbing over each other now, and you see 5 at first starting to go, and they're slipping as their flesh is falling off of them, and you see like these popped out eyes and just dripping skin, and you're hearing the and like the choking of water and gurgling sounds. So they're coming up, and then you see another wave of them come up and start to try and climb up over the second wave. So there's like 10 zombies right now that are just fighting to get to the top. To you,
They just want me so bad.
You're just a tasty meat snack that they gotta get their jaws on.
Oh, girl, you a snack.
You a snack, girl. I am hungry.
Those zombies thirsty.
Oh no, we're not thirsty. We need some salt with these drinks. So immediately to you crawled up a chute that came up to this main level, and immediately to your left is the only passageway you can see. That is where the telekinetic gate was. Right. And it just flickered out as you walked into the room, took a glance around, zombies started crawling out. So you've got a passageway to your left. You can only see about 20 feet down it, and then you see it takes a turn in the darkness.
Yeah, she's going to try and book it by them.
So right now they're slipping and sliding up this slope. So you can totally just run past them and turn down this hall. Oh,
perfect. Yeah, she's gonna do that and hope her little legs can outrun her.
Yeah. So you're like, ah! Luckily they don't seem like the 28 Days Later zombies. They seem more like the Dawn of the Dead zombies.
Perfect.
I imagine D&D zombies like the Dawn of the Dead zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you're running, you run the 20 feet, you like basically skid and dust flies up as you hang a sharp right, and you turn, and as you're looking down this new hallway, you see that there's a telekinetic gate in front of you.
Oh, Jesus, there
are no other passages.
She's just gonna have to camp out by it and wait until the zombies come. Or until the barrier lifts, whichever comes first.
Yep. So, and you begin to hear splashing and squelching sounds from you. So you're about, 20 feet away in this contained hallway where you, with your back to a gate. You basically have a round. Do you want to choose to make this your standpoint before they come for you?
This is good. She's going to whip out her axe again and hunker down and put on the meanest, growliest snarl that she could muster, and it's like, come on, you sons of bitches.
All right, so you hunker down, and sure enough, within the minute you begin to hear the first dragging footsteps as the zombies have reached the top, and you see that first one comes around the corner who looks like he's probably a big old mean guy in real life. And as he stares at you with the milky eyes, you hear a popping sound as you see it, the eyeball falls to the ground and rolls out. And he reaches forward with his hands and is like,
she's gonna try and kind of maneuver around a little bit and keep them just off her until there's like a whole swarm on her. And then once there's like a whole swarm on her, then she's gonna activate the shatter spell on her helmet, and I
love this so much. So let's go with narrative there. You are chopping zombies. They are coming at you. So this wave of 10 gets in there, and you're standing in like a 5 foot wide hallway. So like 2 at a time can sort of get to you, and they're like throwing themselves over, and you're just chopping and waiting, and they're all sure enough come into the smell of fresh Kara. And you activate your helmet. And what does this scene look like? Can you just tell me
when there's like a whole big like writhing mass of zombies, just like you think, and like like the camera like comes up like up into the ceiling, and you almost see that she's about to be engulfed, when all of a sudden you hear this hearty like almost shrill battle cry erupt as this like flash of light, and they all go, and you hear the thump of like a dozen zombie bodies against the wall, and then she just starts swinging her axe left and right, going for, and she's got like a little hand axe in the other hand, and it's just trying to like
oh
like windmilling her arms basically around.
Yep. So you're doing that, and finally you stand there on a pile of refuse with all these zombies ahead of you, and then to your
she's got like blood, like a whole bloody handprint.
You smell terrible.
Her face. Battle crazed eyes.
And then you begin to hear more squelching sounds as more things are beginning to crawl their way up, and it sounds like a lot more. This was just the vanguard.
All right.
And we're actually going to jump back over. All right. So, Britt. And don't forget, Kara, you have Alistar with you, and you also have a way to contact Valerius.
Right. Okay.
And don't forget, Arrnodel, that you have a way to contact Kara through...
Fitzpatrick just opens his mouth like it's a talkie radio coming out.
Real quick, when we get these crystals are broken.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean Kara would? Okay, so speaking is a free thing, right? It doesn't take an action. So I'm gonna use a split second to yell using my telepathic bond to Alistar that we've broken the crystals. But we've got shadows on our asses. We're taking damage. I'm hit. And
so that beams over to Car. You can respond to that in the moment. I'm just imagining this is in the middle of you killing some zombie. Like what?
Who dis? Yeah, exactly. She's like it takes her a minute to kind of come back into her body again because she's just in total Zen kill mode.
Your eyes have rolled up.
Yeah, pretty much. And then she's like, "Oh, what was that? I got a lot of fucking zombies, and if you don't get that next barrier down, I'm gonna fucking die."
They're all down. They're all down.
Okay.
They're all down. We're gonna see you soon.
There's a gate behind her.
Yeah.
Well,
are we supposed to? What's up with
you lowered 3 gates. You broke 3 crystals.
Are there 4?
Apparently, there's a 4th gate.
Fuck! Oh my god. Okay.
Do we see another way out of this room other than the one we came in?
Just the one entrance.
I'm ready to. I scream at. I kind of compile this information in my head, and I'm like, Nasim, Sawyeh, grab my hand. I'm dimensioning door out. I don't want to deal with this. We've got one more crystal to find.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
So I grab your hand and I cast Dimension Door back to the platform before we crossed.
Okay.
So the originating platform.
Yep. So you pop out of the darkness and out of that whole situation, and you beam yourself over to the other side of these lasers. And you are standing there, and there is the fancy door behind you that you came in.
I'm going to take. Did you get hurt, Sawyeh?
No.
I'm gonna take a second and drink a potion real quick.
Okay. So we're trying to go through the other door now, right? We need to go back into this room full of dudes staring into crystal balls.
Yeah.
And then go into another door.
Yeah, the other door.
All right. You can't do invisibility anymore, right?
No, I'm exhausted. I have none. I feel kind of sick. I don't know what happened, but I feel weak as fuck. I'm gonna drink this health potion so that I can get my HP back up.
Do it.
2d4 plus 2.
You still feel weak as fuck.
Yeah. Well, let me roll it real quick. I'm sure I will for sure. 4.
How much of your strength did you lose?
8.
5.
So I get 8 plus 4. No, 8 plus 2. So 10. I get 10 back. So that puts me at 76.
Man, you guys have a lot of HP.
Hell yeah.
I rolled my HP.
But I still feel weak as fuck, right?
Well, yeah, because your strength, your ability hasn't healed at all.
Yeah, we'll look into that later. Okay, so I look at Sawyeh. Sawyeh, I don't know what to do. I'm sure I look like shit. I'm sure normally her skin is like a pale periwinkle slate bluish color, and it's probably chalk white right now.
Mm-hmm.
You guys also have a stone to contact Valerius.
Okay. Well,
Just
do you want to talk to Valerius right now, or do you think you're up for it to sneak into the other door, or I can go by myself?
I don't know. I can't think straight right now.
You stay here, contact Valerius maybe, and then I'll just go to the other door. Or we shouldn't split.
Arrnodel's super reluctant, but she doesn't know if she's gonna be very well. No, we shouldn't split up. Okay,
Split the party 3
Again.
let's
Again, not that kind of 3-way.
Arrnodel's looking. Let's see.
If you think you can do it, we can do it. I'll try and help you. I'll like put my arm around her.
Well, if I use Wand of Polymorph, how long does that last?
An hour, I think.
Like the polymorph spell, I think
An hour?
Uninterrupted is an hour, yeah.
And then if I were to cast that on myself, I probably wouldn't be able to use the wand to put myself back to normal, huh?
Correct. You would be a tiny creature, or a creature of some sort, and you would think like the creature.
Ooh. Fuck. Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Just
okay.
come with me and shut up.
Okay, alright. Sounds good.
Okay.
Right, so you're gonna open up the big doors you came in before?
Very carefully, yes,
Okay.
and quietly.
Go ahead and roll a percentage die for me, one of you.
You want to do it, Nazim?
That's 2 of these guys, right?
Yes.
Yes. The 10-sided ones.
Ooh, 94.
Okay. So as you open up this door, you see an image of the crystal ballroom that you were in before, and all of the soldiers are still at their stations and still working as you peek through.
Okay. I look at Arrnodel. I put my fingers to my lips. My eyes are very wide, like going shh, but not actually shushing. And I grab her by the hand and start leading us towards the other door that we didn't choose.
Okay. As you walk through the door, you find your visuals change, and you are facing a long hallway with lasers out in front of it, and you see an open door on the far side of the room, leading to a circular chamber.
What? So it just kind of morphed into another room?
So
For both
it's
of us?
basically, yep. So what you saw is now in front of you again. So it's like you walked backwards and turned around into the same room.
Is this a charm?
You know the door was magic.
So I know I have advantage on saving
It is
throws
you are
against...
you are not being charmed by this door. You knew the door was magic when you walked into the door.
So it must be like a one-way thing.
So
Remember when we had the 2 doors to pick from?
Yeah.
You chose this door.
Okay, this is the time to use our stone to talk to Valerius.
I mean, what can he do for us? We got to get to the other door.
He might have more knowledge because Arrnodel's stumped. I guess I could. Well, I think if I do an Arcana check, it's basically going to be like, it's magic.
Sawyeh doesn't want to wait to talk to people. She just heard Kara screaming, and so she's like, no, I can do this, and decides to take on the lasers.
Speaking of Kara screaming, we're going to jump back over to Kara.
Your rope that you can...
All right. So you took down that first round of zombos, no problem. But now you're a little bit more like worn into it. You're starting to feel those hits you took from before. So we're actually going to move into non-narrative combat here.
Alrighty.
And until this gate goes down, it's Kara versus a horde of zombies. Roll initiative, Kara.
A 1.
Oh, good. That's great. Okay, I got
Great
more
first
than,
roll of the game, guys.
I got more than that. Let's see. Da, 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 da. It's so funny. I hate zombies so much, but I
I
just
know.
keep putting them in this game. I don't know why.
Masochist.
I am
A lot of us
masochist.
don't like the undead. They're the
I
nasty.
don't in real life. I'm terrified of zombie movies in RL. All right. So 2 zombies coming down this hallway. They're moving towards you. They're going to make some swipes.
Alrighty.
All right. What's your AC? 200?
21. That's enough.
Stupid. Just add. God. Well. I don't know. Okay, neither of them hit you this round, so you get to return in kind as these 2 big old zombies are coming up to chew on your brains.
Yes. I'm so excited. All right. She is going to go for one, whichever one that she doesn't care. They look the same. Whichever one's more accessible. And
not all undead look the same. Jeez.
Ooh, it's so presumptuous of me.
Everyone decomposes differently.
Exactly.
Seriously.
Some need a glass of wine.
Every zombie is a beautiful, unique fungus.
Yeah.
Needing to blossom and spore. I got a 14 to hit.
A 14. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just so disturbed by that. I was having a lot of trouble. Yeah. Yes, a 14 will hit.
Perfect. And it's going to be 9 damage.
Okay. All right. You take a good chunk out of the zombie.
She's gonna smack it again and get a 14 again.
Yeah.
And do 11 damage.
Woo. All right. So you fell this zombie.
Then she's gonna hit the other one with her bonus action.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, for a sweet, sweet 18 to hit.
Yep.
And then 10 damage for that one.
All right. You take a good old chunk out of this one, but it's still there. Boop. All right. So immediately another one presses in to flank. And then...
Of course.
Yep. And you begin to hear a sound coming from down the hallway that you haven't heard before. You hear a sound and like big clobbering feet as if something very large is now scraping and trying to form its way down the tunnel.
Oh boy. I hope it's not my troll friend.
He's pissed. He came back.
Oh my god. Ah! All right.
It's not actually the troll. All right. What have we decided to do up top, ladies?
That was perfect. I should get my PHP.
Just to be sure, tell me again the arrangement of these lasers. Does it look like there's enough room on top or below, or?
It looks like if you did some sick acrobatic flips, somebody very bendy and agile might be able to move their way through the pattern. It's super random. The way it's been set up is like, so you can't just fly straight over the top, or if they're all at different angles. Yeah. I mean, imagine every like, you know, scene like, ooh, it's a museum and the lasers.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the ground is interesting, and I can't tell if it's connected to another sort of trap.
Right.
So can I do some kind of check?
Yeah.
Or perception?
Yeah, go ahead and give me, what do you think would be a great... Ooh, I have a character sheet here.
Investigation?
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Nassim, whatever you do, Arrnodel's going to follow closely behind you, because there's no point in her staying behind.
Well, maybe they'll go off if I open the door.
Well, she'll just follow you across.
So the door is slightly ajar on the other side. It was the same door you just left.
Well,
do you see what I mean?
We dimension doored out.
You went through a door.
What? No,
So you just left the door ajar. Uh-huh. So what you're in right now, it's a long hallway. There's a circle at the end. When you got in there, you opened the door to check out this room, which was the circle with the crystals.
Yeah.
When you dimension doored, the door was already open, but you went the other side of the hallway. Oh. And the magic door you came in is right behind you.
Got it.
Is that making sense?
Okay. So, are you following me or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't want to stay on the other end of the hallway. That would...
Okay. So, do you think you have the agility to make it through the laser traps, too?
Probably not.
Let's try it, then. All right. So, what did you get on your investigation check?
16.
Okay. Your best guess would be if the tiles did have something to do with the laser, you've already activated the lasers. So this is either like a totally separate trap or like a decoy, or those would be your two best guesses. You don't think the floor tiles are related to the lasers.
Okay. Sounds good. Now, then I'd like to start getting at those lasers.
All right,
Roll
give me
acrobatics.
Yep, acrobatics or athletics, whatever you think is best.
Oh man, this is some ocean loving shit. I love
That
it.
was a natural 20.
What?
Natural
Are you
20.
serious?
Amazing.
Plus 7.
A natural 20 to get through the lasers? Okay, please, please describe to me the scene of how you flip like a total thief queen through these lasers.
Oh yeah.
I want to say that she takes a couple steps backwards and then goes into, I don't know the terms for any of these gymnastic things, but a
So
front
like
flip,
Yeah,
Front handspring.
a round
front
off,
handspring,
back handspring.
all of those over
Yeah.
the first like 4 lasers with the
Yeah.
momentum of her running, and then balances on the, I don't know,
on the
land
wall. You
back
like
onto
kick
your
off.
back onto your legs into a splits.
Oh
and
my
then-
God.
Obviously.
Yes.
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 And then flattens the rest of her body and starts sliding across the next few lasers. And then slowly comes up from her hands and does a handstand with her legs in the air. And then
Awesome.
yoga poses her left leg down and then cartwheels the rest of the way.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Oh man.
Sawyeh
like-
just did the cool.
feel
Sawyeh
like that
season
deserves-
2.
That deserves some inspiration.
Arrnodel's just
Yes.
like,
Yes, you absolutely get a point of inspiration for that. That was so
God,
cool.
Yay. Thank you.
Ah, yes.
Beautiful.
My heist game. So now Sawyeh, you are standing on the far side of the room where you were previously. The door to the circular chamber with the crystals and the shadow creatures is right in front of you. And Arrnodel is now on the other side by the magic door.
before I go over, how far down the hallway? How many feet?
It's like 40 feet.
Okay, cool. Because I don't want to yell, I'm going to use Awakened Mind and be like, so what's behind that door? Before I make my way over.
You know what's behind the door.
It's the room with the crystals and the shadow dudes.
I don't want to go back that way.
Well, apparently we can't go out that door. Or try looking through it now.
I do.
Okay, can you roll a percentage die for me, please?
Oh,
You're
God.
gonna have to get your ass back over those legs.
50.
Okay. You open the door and you see the room with the crystals and the guards in front of you as you peek.
I leave it open.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, no, that's not a good. Well, yeah, I leave it cracked,
Okay.
and I use Awakened Mind. Like, Sawyeh, you gotta come back.
This is exactly what happened last time
Oh,
when you
Yeah.
opened the door.
you saw. Okay. Fuck. Okay, so I close it. I want to do
I'm gonna step into the dark room, but hold on to the door still.
All right. It is very dark in here.
Do you have your light?
Cool.
Yeah. Use your orb.
You
take out my orb.
Okay. All right. You begin to see little patches of darkness that is more than dark sliding around across the floor. You very much think these things are still in here. So you take out your little orb. What?
Okay.
What?
Are you closing the door? Are you like...
No, I was just coming in to see if this room changed when I walked through.
This door at this end of the hall isn't magical.
My detect magic would tell you that.
Okay. Well, now I think, unless there's something you can do about this door, we have to finish off these guys. Oh, okay.
Is there a locking mechanism? Can we lock the door from where we're at?
You do have keys. Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm going to try to make it across the hallway to Sawyeh. I'm going to tell Sawyeh, close that door. I have a plan.
So you're going to get through the lasers?
You have the keys? I don't know. I'm completely
keep opening
stumped.
and closing that door until you get to the crystal room again.
Say again?
So you have a clear visual in the crystal room. This puzzle is really hurting you guys. You're in a hallway.
Yes. I'm aware.
The hallway is filled with lasers.
And we're separated at either end.
You're separated right now. Yes.
Sawyeh
so Arrnodel
is on the evil certain death end, and then I'm on the we're gonna keep sending you to the beginning
end. Yes.
And there were
Arrnodel,
no other doors.
You do have keys to this door. Is that what you were asking?
Yeah.
You do have keys.
Who has the keys?
You do.
I'm gonna close the glass orb door and use a different key.
Okay. You don't have a key to the room with the orbs and the broken gems. What are you asking?
I think you should just walk through your door. I'll come back into the hallway with the lasers, and then you just walk through the door, and we'll see what happens. Because now I'm on the other end.
Yeah, then I'll just silently slip through the door with the crystal room.
Just close it and stay there and wait for something to happen, and then come back.
Okay. As you walk through the door, you see a hallway in front of you, and your friend Sawyeh standing at the other end, past a bank of lasers.
It keeps repeating.
Wonderful.
That's why I was gonna close that door, the door that I'm next to, and use it, lock it, and then use a different key to unlock it, and open it up to see what happens. Okay.
A different key does not fit, and you cannot unlock the door.
Okay.
The door, like most doors, has one key.
I don't know, magic.
I don't know. Fuck. Okay, we are gonna jump back to Kara, who now the troll wasn't coming for you. But an ogre zombie certainly is.
Oh Jesus!
So this thing, you hear like that, like getting frustrated, and then this bam bam sound, and you actually feel like the stones start to vibrate, and dust starts flying out of the cavern as he is clearly bashing open the cavern to make a wider passageway for himself. And then you see this stooped sort of troll form like come over and is just shifting and moving, and this thing is horrifying. It's like the troll you fought, except bigger, badder, meaner, and almost about half of it is there, and it's dragging this big it looks like a femur that is just wielding like a club.
That's amazing.
Yep.
I love it.
I love it until he comes for you. And he is going to move on the zombie initiative. So he is going to try and smack you with the giant femur.
Ouch.
Ooh, how does a 26 do?
It does. It does it.
Bone club attack. Holy moly. Oh, that's not too bad. What, my screaming cat?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
All right, 7 plus 3 plus 4. 14 damage, and it's bludgeoning. As it hits you with the club. Oh man, it only gets one hit? That's lame. So this thing is completely blocking the hallway now. It stepped over other zombies to get to you, and it is standing there, like, pretty much completely filling the passageway, just looking down at you. And it's actually, when it hit you, it was swinging its femur bone like a golf club and just smacking you. And actually, go ahead and make a dexterity save for me.
Oh boy. 6.
Cool. So you weren't expecting the downswing force of like being hit with a golf club femur, and car actually goes like backs up a little bit, and your back actually collides with the force gate, and you feel a shock run through you as electric energy just courses over your body and travels through your armor, and it's gonna make this really uncomfortable for you. Oh boy, you guys. Okay, only 3.
Okay.
Lightning damage.
How horrible.
But you know what happens when you run into that now.
Good to know.
And Kara gets to retaliate.
Oh
boy.
Are there any other like zombies around there too, or just him?
There are like 2 more kind of clustered right behind him. Well, there are a lot more clustered right behind him. Then none of them can get to you. The ogre is effectively filling this.
Okay. All right. Then she is going to use, for one of her attacks, her menacing attack. So when I hit it with a weapon attack, I will expend 1 superiority die, and add that to my damage roll. And then when I hit it, it has to make a wisdom saving throw, or be frightened of me until my next turn.
All right.
Gonna scare you too.
Okay, what is my DC? Oh wait, you have to hit first.
I have to hit it first.
Got it.
All right. 16.
Luckily, zombies are pretty easy to hit. You hit it.
Oh boy.
Its AC is an 8.
Jolly good.
I have no idea why. I mean, I guess no armor, just they're squishy.
Let me... 8.
Kara, troll hunter.
16 is my DC.
Okay, wow, for a wisdom? Oh boy! Oh man, super failed that! Okay, so he is afraid now?
Yes, he's frightened of me until my next turn.
All right, so he immediately turns tail and just starts backing up, and he actually drops his femur and like puts up his hands. He's holding it out in front of him, and he wedges it in between the 2 walls and like tries to take it with him. But he can't figure out why it's stuck, and then he just gives up and he's like, ah! And like just turns around and can't, and just scooting back, and all these other zombies are behind us. God. They're getting pushed back by his body.
When he starts retreating, I'm gonna throw my like little hammer to the side. I'm gonna whip out my shield from my bag, and I'm gonna run and charge at him and try and knock him down and have him splat onto the other zombie.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, make your shove attack.
So we got it, Opposed strength checks.
I know, I am pretty good at this, but I'm afraid, so I have disadvantage. Whoa. Wow. Okay. Well,
I got terrible. A 26.
Yeah. Nope. You did that.
Yes.
Cool. So you just push him. You just swing up Sparta style, like kick him with the shield. Boom. The crunch of so many undead bodies as this thing just falls over and topples. Takes like 10 more zombies behind him as he's just done now. And there's a femur in the way. It's madness.
She's gonna like stomp on top of his body and just take her battle axe and with her last bonus action just whoosh, and bring it down into him right in the throat.
Oh God. Well, I guess Kara's fine, so this isn't having the dramatic effect I wanted.
She got a 12 to hit.
Yeah. Yeah, hit that prone zombie.
16 damage.
Cool. You take a big old chunk out of this zombie. He's still just thrashing on the ground.
And that is her turn.
Excellent. All right. Upstairs in my puzzle hallway. What's going on?
I think Brittany, we want to call Valerius
Okay.
and just see what to do.
Yeah, we're stumped. I could also
Alright.
roll an investigation check, as I suppose.
Does anyone have any ideas in the chat?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you want to call Valerius, it's just like a phone call. So you're like beep beep beep.
It's like our hotline, our lifeline.
I'd like to call a friend.
It's Valerius. Hello. So you hold up the stone. Arrnodel, you also have the stone on the other side. And you feel that the dial tone. And you hear Valerius's voice come through. Hello? Yes.
We're fucking
Do you need help?
stuck.
Have you accomplished? What?
We're stuck.
What do you mean you're stuck?
In a magic hallway.
A magic?
I took
Did you-
necrotic damage and I feel really weak.
Oh, okay. Focus, woman.
Tell
Did
them
you
about the crystals.
Did you break the crystals?
Yeah, we broke 3, but there's a 4th one.
All right, well then find it. Break it.
But we're stuck.
What do you mean you're stuck?
We're in a magic
Look
hallway.
around for it.
We're in a magic
Okay.
hallway. And
Yes.
the door
Well, you knew there would be traps.
Yeah, but this one just keeps putting us at square one. Every time we go to try to exit, it keeps putting us back to square one. And
So that sounds like you need to deactivate the security system. If there is a remaining crystal, you have to find it, and then it will bring down the defenses and the traps. So probably what is keeping you in this hallway is the same thing blocking Kara. How is she? Is she all right? Has she reached Rem?
no, she's stuck with a bunch of zombies.
Oh,
We're kind of
dear.
fucked right now. I can't go back into the room because there's these shadow things that are fucking my ass up.
well,
I'm
kill
weak.
them. What, they're shadows? Cast a radiant spell.
I don't have one of those.
Well,
I'm all out of spells. Okay.
what about the monk? Doesn't she do
He
fire?
doesn't know. All right, we gotta.
Okay, we're gonna. All right.
Just,
Okay.
you have to find the 4th crystal. It will probably be in that contained area. If you can bring that down, it'll probably free you from the traps in the door and also disable the magic that is keeping Kara down below.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thanks. We'll see you soon.
Look harder.
Okay.
You have 10 minutes.
Okay. Bye.
We are such useless heroes.
Yeah.
We've like disappointed the Sisters of Sorrow so hard. We're always like losing and getting our shit fucked, and
We're keeping it
They're like,
real.
oh great, you're
Getting-
the
we need their help to get out of sticky situations all the time.
All
Oh,
right.
look who they sent. Yay. Okay, I'm going to
So-
pop out for a bio break, and you guys all chat.
Well, I'm gonna get a snack.
Oh man, I've been eating this Indian food that I ordered. It's just so good. Lamb tikka masala is my jam.
All right, chat. Also, tiki masala is my jam too. I fucking love it. And that aloo naan, get that potato. That potato action. Okay, yeah, Switz 007 says, gotta go kill those shadows, yo.
Yeah.
Gonna be rough, but it's time. And you know what I'm
I
really
think-
bummed about? I spent my there's other things I could have spent that fucking spell slot on, but nope, I used it to bounce out, and now we gotta go back in.
Yeah.
That's a bummer. So now all I'm
Yeah.
left with are cantrips.
I got the feeling Celeste is trying to be like, no, you have to do this, bro.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm in
No
denial
getting
about
around
it. I'm
it.
like, no, there's another way out. That was loud, sorry. I guess I'm gonna just keep using Firebolt.
Yeah? Or, whatchamacallit? Eldritch Blast.
Mm-hmm.
99
I'm reading.
Ted.
Yeah, Night Ted. I was reading it and I'm like, oh, I should probably read it out loud. Good night. Thanks for stopping by. Sorry I'm speaking with a mouthful of sandwich. Also, Ted, if you haven't signed off, congratulations! Congratulations!
Oh, yeah,
On a
did
new
he
job,
get
yeah.
that new job? Nice. Congrats, Ted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fuck, I don't want to battle those things. I hope those were hard. I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Survival instincts. You guys aren't gonna die. You'll be fine.
Yeah, you will. Yes, hell yeah. I'm reading the chat, sorry.
Oh yeah, me too.
Ooh. Ooh. You know, do you guys ever watch, Regular Show?
No.
Oh, really? It's real. Yeah, okay, the bonsai incident, that doesn't scare me from dying so much. I want to hear domestic. Oh, for sure. Same. The bonsai accident doesn't, like, freak me out as much. I actually think that was, like, amazing. That needed, like, again. It was the first time I had an NPC die, or character. Not NPC, but PC. Bosco is Sven from Frozen, for sure. But, like, way cuter. Like, unicorn, hello. Oh, well, reindeer are super cute, for sure, but horses are better than people. What's your strength at now, Britt? It's at a 10. It's at a 10.
Wow, that is exciting.
Yeah.
Whew.
10. That's kind of fucked up. Like, wow. I mean, she's not strong to begin with, so.
Yeah.
I think what I'm going to do, I always forget I have Entropic Ward.
Uh-huh.
And that's when a creature makes an attack roll against me, I can use my reaction to impose disadvantage on that roll. If the attack misses me, my next attack roll against the creature has advantage.
Oh, yeah.
If I make it before the end of my next turn, and I regain after a short. Also, I have Gift of the fucking Future. So I've got 2 things that I can use. And then I'm going to just keep with I think undead, because it's an undead creature, right? Shadows?
Yeah, yeah.
Aren't they susceptible to fire damage?
I don't think so. If anything, it would just be normal. The only thing that they're, like, really
resilient
undead
against is cold, right?
Well, cold, necrotic.
For shadow resistances?
Oh,
yeah,
shadow.
And undead. The only thing that an undead would have a weakness to is, like, radiant.
Yeah, I don't have any radiant.
But that doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, fire is not the same as radiant.
All right. So what have we decided to do, everybody?
We're gonna
upstairs.
We're gonna
have to fucking fight those things.
Yeah, we're gonna blast through and right. We're gonna just
yes.
We have 1 that's damaged and 2 that don't have much going on.
Sure. So yeah, Nassim, I will give you a round before we jump back into initiative with these things. Since you are right by the door. So what would you like to do?
Are they just kind of like wandering around really quickly across the floor? Or are they kind of in the same little area?
So right now you can't see unless you activate your orb thing that you have.
Oh, okay. Then I activate your what?
Let me go first, so because I can see without putting a light beacon. So
Arrnodel, you are on the other side of the lasers.
Yeah, I have a round right now. I should use that.
Oh yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm turning on my orb.
Okay. So it was a drift orb, right, or something?
I'm not sure.
Globe.
Yeah. So basically, it hovers above your head and casts like the light spell. So the room becomes illuminated by this thing. So you can see the shadows now are scuttling to the very edge of the room, right where your darkness or your light doesn't hit. So they're all kind of hanging out on that side of the room, leaving everything open. Why don't you go ahead and give me a perception check now that the room is illuminated?
22.
Okay. You didn't notice it before, in all of the hullabaloo, as you were blowing up crystals and before everything went dark. But in the center of the triangle, there is a patch of the stone that's in the shape of a square, and it's significantly darker than all the other stone.
Oh.
It's like a square tile in the middle of the room that you didn't notice before.
Okay. I would like to take one of the fireballs from my fireball necklace
Nice.
and chuck it into the corner that I believe the shadow things are in.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then run for the crystal or the square thing.
Sweet. All right, let's go ahead and do that. So that
up.
Yeah, so the necklace of fireballs, it's awesome. I actually got one for my PC on Monday. So that when you basically it's a DC 15 or dexterity for me. So I will roll that for my shadows. Whoa. Okay. And that is 8d6 fire damage, I believe. So go ahead and roll that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
This is
So sexy.
it counts as the 3rd level fireball spell.
8.
Mm-hmm.
D6. 8.
8d6 of damage. If they save, they only take half.
Is it an area of effect, or does it just hit like a 5 square?
So it hits a 10-foot by 10-foot area.
Oh, nice. Hopefully they're standing right next to each other.
She can definitely hit them because she just saw them all drift to the same place. You're hitting them all.
Oh,
That's
yes.
34 damage.
Oh!
34 damage.
Beautiful.
Did they save?
One of them did, but I still think it's going to kill it. Let's see. Okay.
Oh
so
God, these fireballs. They
that
lit.
cuts in half. 16. Yep, you incinerate all of them. As you toss that fireball into the room, you just hear these screaming, popping sounds coming from just the shadows, and it's for a moment just the darkness like flares up and then just completely dissipates as if you've like shot a flashlight into the middle of it, and you just hear that.
It feels so good.
Yeah, so you just completely destroyed all of these. Necklace of fireballs.
What? You did it when you're just like.
So for that, you just take a bead off the necklace and you throw it, and it activates. So mark down now on your sheet that you have 1 less bead. So I think you had 6, so now you're down to 5.
I just see you like.
I had 6.
I'm
I thought I had
Sailor Moon, where you like do a little twirl.
It's like
it's a d6 plus
2.
2, so I'm gonna say you had 6 because that's a high roll for it.
Okay, well, all right. Well, I had it saved that we started out with 9, and I'd already used 1, and then I had 8, and now I have 7.
Okay, let's just say you have 6 then now.
Fine.
Because you can't actually go above 8.
Oh.
So 8 minus 1, 7, and this puts you down to 6.
Okay.
All right, so you totally have incinerated this fireball, so now you have room to investigate the square as you wish.
I do that. I pop back into the hallway and I say, "We got it, Arrnodel. Don't worry, it's fine." And then she goes back
Sawyeh
in.
has been so cool in the last
minute.
Arrnodel
feels lame as fuck. She's still chalk white and feels like shit.
You're like coughing up
like,
blood.
You know, like that feeling when you're about to vomit or pass out? You just really feel like you can't handle anything. That's Arrnodel. She's on the verge of passing out.
No, it's a good thing that you stayed there.
All right, so go ahead and make an investigation roll for me to look at this square.
22.
Okay, so poking around, you just, you tap it, go around, and then you notice that there's a thin crease in between, so you figure you can just lift it up. And as you do so, you see that inset in the floor, there's a little pocket there. It looks like a safe almost, and it's lined with this strange metal, but sitting inside is another crystal in the center of it.
The last one.
I go for it.
Okay. Roll damage, basically, since you don't have to roll to hit.
Damn it! It was a separate crystal. It's probably a worse baddie.
Oh wait, I rolled the wrong dice. I'm doing it with my quarterstaff. Going with both hands to like smash it with the end of my quarterstaff.
Woo!
Smash it.
Go ahead, call that a critical, so double your damage.
Oh, lovely. 10.
Okay. Yep. So you bring down your staff, and this crystal just completely shatters. And the sconces in the room begin to flicker again, and light comes back up as the last crystal shatters. So back down below, Kara, just as this gate shocked you, basically, and there's this ogre, like, rolling around on the ground, fighting zombies, you hear this sound, and the gate has fallen. You are free to move along.
She takes one more stab at the ogre for good luck.
Just for funsies.
You know.
And then really seal the deal.
Then hops off.
Okay.
And keeps running down the hallway.
So you hop along down this hallway, and it continues for about another 20 feet and then turns a right, and you begin to feel an incline as you're moving a little bit further up. And then suddenly you open into this large, large room, and you see that there are 3 separate cages that are formed in this room, and you hear the sound of flowing water. So off to the right, there is this moving water trail, presumably leading down where you were and flowing into the room from before.
Okay.
And these cages are basically these huge iron things that just floor to ceiling completely. You don't see like a door or a padlock on any of them. They're just these iron bars that run floor to ceiling in this big, big cavern. And you see that there are 2 forms that are huddled inside these individual cages. One, you recognize a particular dragonborn who is now all roughed up in nasty clothes, lying on the floor. So you see Sylvar's crumpled form lying in one of them, and in the other, you see a dirty, ragged pile of clothes. And Rem raises her head up weakly to you and is like, "It's about time you got here." And she sort of...
"Oh, I thought you didn't want us to bust you out of jail, little miss on her high horse."
And she gives you this look, and like as you boom your voice across the room, and she raises a hand, and she's like, and makes the pointing gesture to look back, like towards the shadows on the far side of the cages, and gives you a shh.
She gives a big old swing of her head to look in that direction.
Go ahead and make a perception for me, because she's pointing to the other side of the cavern.
15.
Okay. All right. So you go real quiet, and you look over, like, on the far side of the room, and you hear the distinct sound of, like, little pattering steps, but you can't make out what's, but you can see there's some kind of shape moving, like some kind of bipedal shape running across the back. And she looks at you again and is like, ushers you to come over. And
she
like,
goes over
very quiet.
She goes over and she very slowly and as quietly as she can tries to slip off the bag with the magic item to it and like shove it towards the edge of the bars.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check to see how quietly you can do this.
Hey, an 18.
Okay. All right. So you do so. You make it over, and you're, uncharacteristically quiet as you get down, and you take down this sack, basically, and you just have to push it towards the edge of the bars, and she reaches out like a hand from between them. And now as you're looking at her, she definitely hasn't eaten anything like in a week or so. She looks gaunt, torn, like just on the edge. She's covered in dirt. You can smell refuse around, like not... She has not been treated well since being down here.
Not looking her best.
Yeah, and she reaches out like a thin wrist, like towards the bag. Did Valeria send this?
Yeah, you told that only you should touch it, and you knew what to do with it when you got it.
And she touches the rope that's sealing the bag and feels it for a moment, and then she whispers something in a language you don't understand. And the rope unwinds itself and falls away arcanely, and you hear the clattering of something wooden moving inside the bag. And you see that a carved wooden head, like the head of a mannequin, like falls to the ground out of the bag, and she looks at it for a moment and looks up at you.
Kara, when she sees like the head, like takes like a little like leap back, like thinking in her head, like, what the shit?
I need to give Valerius a raise. You might have some questions after this happens.
Many.
I won't be able to talk to you for a while, but I can hear you. Okay?
I don't know if I like the sound of that.
I have to get out there, otherwise I won't be able to help you.
Okay.
Just trust me. And she puts her hand upon the head of the of the mannequin, and you see instantly these bright blue arcane sigils that have been intricately carved all over the face of the mannequin and like down the body of the thing inside, just activate as she touches it, and her real physical body shudders for a moment and then slumps downwards, and the mannequin laying on the ground raises up its head and then begins to pull the bag off of itself, and you see now this wooden and metal form just stands up next to you, and then the body that you recognized as Rem up to this point just like kind of picks its head up, is like, where am I? What's going on? Who are
Kara
you?
is like, has her arms like clutched over her face, like trying not to scream because she has no idea what is going on.
The mannequin reaches out and places like a carved wooden hand on your shoulder and gives you an awkward pat. And then the body that's standing in the cage right now, please, if you don't tell me what's going on, I'm going to scream. Can someone help? Help, where am I? And just starts screaming, and it echoes fiercely through the cavern, and you begin to hear that thumping sound coming from the far side as this large creature begins to barrel out of the shadows of the room, and you see it's got these red scales and this strange frog-like face, and it's sort of running, half bounding towards you, and it makes like a burping, belching sound as it crouches down on all fours and just barrels towards you. And that's where we're ending for today.
No. Sorry.
That was so much faster than I realized.
Right?
Don't we play till 9:30 usually?
No, we only do an hour and a half usually.
Yeah.
We've had to go later because of technical issues before, but that's our hour and a half, everybody. All right.
Fuck.
That was awesome.
Good time.
Yay. All right. Well, thank you everyone so much for joining us tonight. I have been your Dungeon Master, Celeste Konowich.
I've been your stumped elven warlock, Arrnodel Sawyeh, played by Brittany.
I was Sawyeh, the human monk, played by Nassim. I always change the way I say it for some reason. I haven't settled on the right way.
No. Just keep trying things out.
Gotta reverse
and I managed to do some cool stuff tonight. It was fun.
Yeah, you did.
Oh yeah.
It's a new look for season 2.
Oh yeah.
And I have been your barbarian, Kara, played by Sage.
All right. Well, thank you everybody so much for joining us, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. And until then,
Venture
away! Venture away! I'm gonna stop my audio.